I'm Deion Sanders on haters, this ice bucket dropping over their head with it. Extra the cred with it. You either fight or flight, I ain't one for the ledge living. I do it for the one that died but fed millions. With soul food flowed and stocked my bad kitchen. I'm liberated. I drew a play that they ain't illustrated. I make a move, they gladly imitate it. I ain't flattered, I'm a dragon to your paper castle. The Alpha and Omega, promise it ain't nothing after. A new beginning. My catalog like James Earl Jones, the ever living. Imagine if I did make beats that's more for killing. Imagine if you come from the south out my city. You probably wouldn't make it, oh yeah, really. I go extra to be great. I go extra for the fam, I go extra for the cake. I got extras on the plate. I go extra every day, I got extras on the way.
So even with all the buildings along the Las Vegas Strip and all the action here, this is one of the city's biggest attractions. Allegiant Stadium opened back in 2020.
Coming up, it's Divisional Round Saturday, and we've got an AFC battle on tap between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Las Vegas Raiders. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And Mahomes going to put it up right away.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
He finds his man, Sky Moore. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Mahomes. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Mahomes going to throw. On the sideline, did he keep his feet in bounds? They say yes. Great job, both feet in, first down. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 36. On the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, just take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Dewan Smoot getting in there, recording the sack.
Now that's a heck of a moment for your first sack of the game, because if this long drive ends without a touchdown because of that sack, we're going to look back and say that might be one of the biggest plays of this contest.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
At the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick. Just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck. And unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
Two sides to every coin. This is the bad side of missing the 58-yarder. Now they start at the 48. Carr now on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
My high school coach John Ford used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
On 2nd and 10, Carr.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Nick Bolton. And the Chiefs are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
Going for the deep ball. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. They go play fake. Mahomes rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Mahomes. And the Raiders are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off. That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Carr. Throwing It's complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. Shotgun now for Carr. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Carr to throw again.
He'll get that out to the flat to right.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the first down.
That's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. On play action, it's Carr. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
He broke that line of scrimmage and then let it fly, and that's an automatic flag.
Yeah, and you know, you don't just lose the 5 yards there, but you lose it down as well. So he obviously needs to have better awareness about what he's going to do. Either tuck it and go or throw it to a target and get that pass away.
So the illegal forward pass also cost him a down, and now it's second and long. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And the Chiefs are going to get him.
Joshua Williams.
He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
So after the sack, Carr in Las Vegas with a 3rd and long.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. This is Harris.
A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back.
And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
For this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
On second down, they'll run it here. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mahomes.
A pass complete downfield. It's Valdez-Scantling.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
We're scoreless after 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff running through the middle. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. To throw, it's Mahomes. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Travis Kelce, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended target, and it's 3rd and short.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another 1st down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes.
They'll set up the screen to Edwards-Helaire.
A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger gain.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. Butker's kick here is good, and the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Pump.
Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Mahomes to throw. He'll buy some time right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Mahomes on the give, and a loose football, and the Raiders pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, he's not the starter coming in, getting his first carry off the bench. That's not the way to earn more carries.
You have to stay in the game, even if you're not on the field, right? Stay mentally sharp, stay ready, and above all, when you get into the game, hold on to the football. Don't let the other team have it.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They'll take over deep in their own end after the fumble recovery. And he can't get away. Carr is going to go down, and that is a safety.
Partner, you got to check this out because while they rightly congregate around the guy who just made the play on field, take a look at the sideline because they all went over to congratulate their punter because they remember it was his kick that set them up so close to the end zone and gave them an opportunity to get the safety that we just saw to add to their lead. That's teamwork right there. Full complementary football, and they got it done.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
They did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot, force the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Max Crosby from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
This one is caught. It's Moore. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle but they allow the conversion. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage, if he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now here's Mahomes. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And he's got it inside the 10. A big play there for KC, and even 40 yards.
I don't care what level of football you played. This one was a universal, wasn't it? When we were kids and we played touch football, remember we get in these positions and you just say, everybody go long, and hope someone would come through.
Going to be caught here, left side, Moore. They'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
The goal of the wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot and run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
2nd quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Big one coming in this divisional round playoff, 3rd and goal. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Mahomes now to throw. And that's caught. It's Kelce. Touchdown, Kansas City. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point by Butker is on target. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Chris Jones, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. They get 15, but they still need it a little bit more. 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Gets a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
That ball is caught. Marquez Valdes-Scantling. So offside's the call, and they understandably declined it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
Final shot before the half from Mahomes. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach? And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
On 2nd down and 4, Carr firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Carr. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down. On the draw, here's White. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
From midfield, here's Carr. His throw incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
To throw again on 2nd down. Carr. Throw right side going to be caught by Waller. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 35. 15 yards there on the catch and run. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now back to the ground game with White. And a short gain down to about the 33. Tackle made there by Frank Clark.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. That's caught by Waller out left side. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. First down, here's White. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. They'll send a receiver in motion left. On 2nd and 12, Carr. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Nick Bolton. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
There's a reason inside linebackers are often captains of a defense. They call the signals. They have the opportunity to affect the game in coverage, against the run, and, of course, on blitzes. Living in the best of both worlds here. Already has an interception. Now he gets to record a sack, too.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Mahomes now on 1st down.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Trey.
They'll go up the middle with White. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
So not quite a 1st down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Here's Carr. And it's caught. Touchdown. From 17 yards out.
And the Raiders take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
The PAT good. It would draw him closer, but hold on just a second. A flag is down on the field.
And that flag accepted.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Anytime a ball is thrown in the middle of the field is popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch it. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mahomes. And they're able to get this one across the 35. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
Mahomes to throw once more. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
On second down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. And able to get this to the 24-yard line. They began the play at the 12. It's also a pickup of 12. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Edwards-Helaire will take this one in. It's a Chiefs touchdown. So a heck of a drive right there with the game potentially hanging in the balance.
A very good drive, and now conversion to make it a 2-score game and a solid lead.
Butker now to add the extra point. And that makes it a 9-point game.
Makes the score Chiefs 19. Raiders 10.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the 4th quarter, the divisional round, and they need to come up with something as they get this drive started. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. Now Carr.
He'll get that out to the flat to White.
So the completion good for just 3. And that will bring up 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Carr.
Another catch by White. Back-to-back plays.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Now Carr. And he fires one that's intercepted.
It's Joshua Williams with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football.
If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
They had to put it mildly. We look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
From the gun, it's Mahomes.
Got his man complete. Moore.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. They got 29 yards that time.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've had good success. 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Throwing now is Mahomes. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist, but time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
And oh, he coughed it up. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
Decent start defensively to this series. They've got to stop them here and get this ball back.
I like the way you phrase that, partner. Decent start, but now it's got to be more about the ball. It's all about the ball, getting it away from them, because making good tackles is one thing, but the clock will run out on you. You get out the football back for your offense.
And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On third down, here's Edwards-Helaire.
And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. Give him 6 yards in the first down.
It's a gain of 6. First down, Chiefs.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground.
And they're knocking on the door now. There's a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. 46 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it out. And we've got